What's good, everybody? It's your favorite kids from the neighborhood back in action with another episode for y'all, man. Episode 4 got the top 10 skill positions for the upcoming 22-23 NFL season on the defensive side of the ball. Last episode was a wild one talking about the
Yes,
offense
wow.
position, so I can only imagine what we about to get into today. And feels good to be back, y'all. Like I said, we just gonna keep producing content week in, week out. And hey, this week football is back, man. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. NFL season needed. Can't wait. First preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, Raiders and the Jags this Thursday, August 4th. The time we're recording this is July 31st, but man, football right around the corner. I can almost smell it, man. It's almost here.
Man, I'm excited, man. It's finally back, man. We finally got a lot to talk about. First game of the preseason. It's just gonna be. I'm just glad football back, man. It's gonna be very exciting, and get to see those Raiders and get to see those Jags, and man, it's gonna be
AFC
very
West
exciting.
champion Raiders, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, but man. But like we said, man, today we're going to have the top 10 skill positions on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to kick it off with the cornerbacks, and same routine as last episode. We're going to count down from 10 all the way to our first pick, man. So I know we probably haven't made too many Cowboys fans at this point, if they listen to the first 3 episodes, but I might get a couple back on my side this episode. I went back and re-looked at my list earlier today, and coming in at number 10 on my cornerback.
Okay.
I got the interception leader, Trevon Diggs, man.
Okay.
Now, he had his fair share of problems. Of course, he gave up the most yards in the league, but then he also had the most interceptions in the league. And the way I look at it is, he probably not going to have 11 interceptions again. But then at the same time, now that he got another good year of experience under his belt, showing his ball hawk capabilities, hopefully he'll shore up some of those deficiencies and he won't give up the most yards anymore. So I kind of see him finding a little happy medium, and I can see him being 10th best corner league, if not better. Probably get him a nice 5-6 interceptions. Probably top coverage rated corner, but that's where I kind of see him finding the balance. So I got him coming in at number 10.
I mean, can't hate on that, man. He's a special talent. Them boys, they got him on with him. He, like you said, he's a ball hawk, man. He gonna get them picks now. He might get beat on the other hand,
a little bit, because he tried to get the pick.
but hey, if he going for picks, what more can you ask for out of him, man? Like, he's getting turnovers, so more power to him. But at my 10, man, he used to be me personally, he used to be like a top 3 corner, like a top 5 corner. But he got injured last year towards ACL, I believe, in Thanksgiving game. At 10, man, I got Trey White, man. I got Trey White. It's a little low for him, but I gotta see him get back into things. Last year before he tore his ACL, he actually was doing pretty good, man. He was one of, like I said, one of the best corners. He's a lockdown corner, but I just need to see, I want to see him do better this year. So it's a little low for me because I really like him, but that's where he at for me at 10.
You want to know what the crazy thing is?
What?
I had him as my 10 and I switched him out for Diggs. I put him on the honorable mention just because he bounced back from that ACL. And I was like, at the end of the day, Trevon Diggs did have leading 11 interceptions. 2 of them returned back for touchdowns. Like, that's crazy in itself. So I was like, I got to put him on the list. But I think Tre'Davious White able to bounce back and kind of continue, if not play better than what he was playing last year before he got hurt around Thanksgiving. He could easily bounce back in the top 10. But if I had an honorable mention list, he first on it. I just bumped him off for Trevon Diggs. So that's how that went. We would have had the same 10 if not. Yeah. And then number 9. Now my number 9, he was also injured last year, but he was such a stud the year before. And he really if he healthy and he get back to what he was doing back in 2020, you can make an argument he might be top 5. But they definitely gonna need that 2020 production he had this year. I got Jair Alexander from Green Bay coming in at number 9. Yeah, nice. 2020, so 2021, he only played like 3 games, got injured. He was out for the rest of the year. But in 2020, he only allowed 337 coverage yards, and he was the 4th highest rated PFF coverage cornerman. So, and that's on 300 coverage snaps. Dude was locked down. Jair Island, whatever you want to call it, he was locking down his side of the field, and that's what helped Green Bay really have a great defense that year. And then, unfortunately, Tom Brady was still able to get him in the NFC Championship. But man, dude was handling his business, and I think he's gonna get right back to that if he's healthy coming into the season.
Man, I got him a little bit more high up. But...
Okay, that's all I say. I could see him being higher, but because he got injured, I was gonna give him a little leeway. But he got top 5 talent. Dude
for sure. Yeah.
Is a beast. So
all right, man. At my 9, man, he's an Eagle, man. It's a little low for him because he had like one of the best years of his career last year. But I got my boy Darius Slay at number 9, man. Like I said, it's a little low for him because he one of his best years last year. I believe he had like 3 picks. He was one of PFF top graded corners, and I see him getting back to that this year, but I just feel like the other guys ahead of him are just a little bit more better than him. So I don't know. He gonna have to he gonna have to show me that he can still play at that high level like he did last year. So yeah, man, I got Darius Slay at number 9.
See, I mean, I can't even knock it. He's not on my list. He had a good year, but I don't think it was up to Slay's standards. Okay. But I think he very much has the potential to get back because, like you mentioned, I think on the NFC episode 2, you really like their pickup of James Bradbury. He gonna be on the opposite side, so then that can kind of help. Depend on matchups, he might be able to produce a little bit more. But yeah, man, shout out to Slay. If you ever listen to this, man, his name is Slay, not Darius. Not Darius Slay. It's just Slay.
It's just Slay.
You know what I'm saying? New media, we got to follow all the rules, but shout out Slay, man. He definitely a nice little corner. I don't knock him at 9. Like I said, these defensive lists really tough because it really kind of just depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Different fans going to tell you different things. And in the league today, that's very much offensive driven, and all the hardships are put on the defense because it's just not too much you can do anymore. You can't really hit, can't put your hands on guys no more. You could go either or with these rankings, but like I said, I can't knock them at 9.
Definitely, as off subject, not off subject, but definitely when we get to safeties, man, it was like I didn't know who to put who at, so I just had to,
free safety, strong safety. Some safeties play up in the box. Like it's tough. These defensive positions was tough, man. So if y'all want to reply back to us on our socials with any thoughts y'all got on maybe who y'all got picked, if it's a little bit different, please let us know. Love the interactions. But like you said, man, you just look at the list and you're like, let me rearrange this. Let me put him in. Like I said, I didn't have Trayvon Diggs on, and I was like, Tre'Davious White is bouncing back from ACL. That's tough. He kind of on the older side of his career by football standards. Like, I'll bump Trayvon Diggs back up because, like I said, he did his thing last year, but he let up a lot of yards at the same time. So it's kind of like a balance. But this is tough. And number 8, I've seen a lot of people saying I done seen people say he a top 15. I done seen people say he top 10, and some argue that he a top 5. It sucks because he is on a team that's very much in the rebuild, so he don't get too much attention. But as far as being a former first round pick, he definitely lived up to the hype and more. I got AJ Terrell out of Atlanta, man.
Okay.
Dude is a dog. Last year he had 3 interceptions, 16 pass breakers, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, 81 combined tackles. Like, he's doing it all. But like I said, he's in Atlanta, so it's like he don't really get noticed, kind of go under the radar. And even though he's producing like that, the team, is not translating to winning football because it's just not enough other pieces around on their team.
Man, I mean, same with Jer, man. I got him a little bit behind him.
Okay, see. Okay.
You're gonna see, man. But nah, man. At 8, he's a former first round pick. He went fourth. He's an Ohio State Buckeye. Might be a little bit low again. I got these guys. They're a little bit low. But number 8, I got my boy Denzel Ward, man. I got him at 8. I got him at 8.
Ooh, that's when I got him a little bit high. I don't know, but I'm gonna hear you out.
It's nothing wrong with these guys, man. It's nothing wrong with these guys. These guys are for sure top 5 talents. But I just feel like, some other guys that are just playing a little bit more better than them, man. Last year, another good year for him. I believe he had 3 picks, 4 picks or something like that. A solid year for him. I don't know what to say, man. The name is big, Denzel Ward. When you hear Denzel Ward, you think of top 5 corner for sure. But I just feel like he's just not up there with those other guys that I got above him.
Look, now I'm interested to hear how this top 5 finna go on your list, man. I like. It's a lot different between us this time. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Number 7, I got a corner who, again, he goes a little unnoticed because he's in a smaller market. But for the past few years, the defense has been one of the best in the league, and he's probably overshadowed because one of his teammates is probably arguably one of the top 3 linebackers in the league. But he does his thing and locks his side down. And hopefully this year, they got Matty Ice, so he can help him out. But I got Kenny Moore off the coast as number 7, man.
Ooh, see, I was gonna have him up there, but I actually had him at 10, tied with I had a 3-way tie at first at 10. It was between Trey White, Darius Slay, and Kenny Moore. I was like, man, someone gotta go. Someone gotta be at 9. Someone gotta be at 10.
You just caught the short stick on your list.
Man,
that's fair. Man, I like dude. He had 4 interceptions as well last year, 13 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. And he's not afraid to go stick his nose in and get in on the tackle. He had 102 combined tackles. So like I said, him and Darius Leonard anchoring that defense, they're putting in work. They just haven't had, the offensive side of the ball to be able to help, back them up and take them anywhere. But hopefully this year things change with Matt Ryan. Who knows what's to be seen. But, yeah, I had to put Kenny Moore at 7, man. I feel like he's been doing this for a couple years now. He deserved his due on the list, and he had a pretty solid year last year, man.
Yeah, he definitely do, man. It was hard for me to put him out there, but him and Stephon Gilmore, oh my God, they gonna be crazy.
I don't have Stephon Gilmore anywhere on my list, but if I don't, because like I was saying back in the first episode, it's just one of those things where it's Bill Belichick will let go of a player who you think is just coming off a career year, probably top in his position, and then they kind of just fall off little by little, and you don't hear about him. And I know last year he went to Carolina, which is, I believe, is his hometown, so that was cool for him, but he didn't do much. I think he was kind of battling with injuries a little bit, but that's what I was about to say. If, he can bounce back to – he don't even got to bounce back to that defensive MVP level that he necessarily had back in, 2018? Mm-hmm. But if he can get back to kind of Pro Bowl, second team All-Pro status, and then you got Kenny Moore on the other side, they're definitely going to be locking down receivers in Indy. So I'm excited to see him kind of bounce back with a better team. Carolina could just be an outlier because they just terrible, as we talked about before.
Yeah, they guys are horrible. But, man, at 7, I got a Dolphin, man. At 7, I got Xavier Howard. 7, Xavier Howard.
Well, I might have to get up. You guys, oh no. You lucky
My
the
God.
headphones plugged in. I don't even feel like taking them off right now. Oh my God. I don't know. I gotta disagree with that one. Xavier Howard at 7?
At 7, man. At
Oh,
7.
that's disrespectful, man. I feel like he at least deserved top 5.
Man, like I'm saying, man, like I've been saying, I know I got these guys a little bit low, man, but you got to just hear me out, man. You got to hear me out. Just hear me out. Now, Dolphins, they played the most man out of pretty much any team in the NFL. He's a good man coverage guy. I mean, he's locked down. He had like 5 picks last year. I mean, he's locked down.
Year before that, he was leading the league in picks.
Yes, I mean, like, it's nothing wrong with it for me, like, put him at 7, but it's just like, he could be a little bit higher, but I just feel like the other guys ahead of him, just a little bit more higher, man. Next 6 guys a little bit more higher, in my opinion, man.
Let's get through this list, because I gotta see some stuff. You got him at 7? Ooh, man.
A little low, I know it.
All right, man. Look, at 6, I got Baltimore Raven at 6, man. Now, last year, the Ravens defense really the whole Ravens team was injury riddled. So it was just kind of a tough year for them. But the defense, when they had injuries, he was kind of the last man standing. And he ended up going down with an injury. But he was doing his best to hold it down while he could do what he could with everybody being out. And back in, I think it was 2020, he had the most forced fumbles. Dude might have the hardest punch in the league. If that head not on the swivel, if you running the ball, he definitely coming in there with a mean punch and he knocking it out. I got my boy Marlon Humphrey. I think the draft picks, like we talked about, picked the Dak, or was it Kyle Hamilton? Is that who they got on Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
And then Marcus Peters, he might not be back to start off the year, but he should be back healthy. Ravens defense is always one to be messed with or one to be feared, and I think he's deserving of 6. I think Baltimore completely bounces back this year and takes the AFC North, like I said on previous episode. But I got my man Marlon Humphrey at 6. Dude does everything. He tackles, he covers. Like I said, he forces fumbles. He might not get all the interceptions, but he gonna cause a turnover one way or another.
For sure. All right, now at 6, you left him out your list, but I had to put him on mine, man. I got the boy Stephon Gilmore, man. He's really a number one. He's really a number one talent. Like, he's really a top 2 corner in this league. Like, he's that talented. And like at 6, because I love Stephon Gilmore, man. But at 6, it just hurts me to even put him that low, because he's just so talented. But like you said, like, I believe last year he was what's called with injuries. He was
injury riddled,
Yeah, very injury riddled, battling so many injuries, and like you said, I can't talk. Carolina is a very bad team, so he was on a very bad team. So like now he's on a better team, and it's a trash division. So he can definitely lock some guys down in that division. Make them look better.
Him and Kenny might go stupid on y'all.
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
Sure.
Yeah, they might go stupid in the division. I didn't even think about that. They probably gonna wreck shop in the AFC South. So.
Yeah, they go. Yeah. It's gonna be very interesting, because them Colts, they nice. They finally got them a quarterback since Andrew Luck left. So hey, we shall see.
Now to get into this top 5.
Sir.
I'm gonna see who you got on this top 5, but one of the ones I couldn't believe you had ranked so low. I got him at 5 because, I mean, besides their team's running game, he's probably the second most consistent thing they've had the past 2-3 years since he's got drafted. I got Denzel Ward at 5, man. He as a, what was he? First round, 5th pick of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
To be picked that high as a cornerback, I mean, you got to come in and produce, because that's nothing but expectations. And that's exactly what he's done. He's been the lockdown guy for the last 2-3 years, and he just gets the job done. Like, I can't knock him on any front. 15 games, 15 starts, 3 interceptions. I guess that's on the lower side. I mean, 3, 4, 5 interceptions is usually the norm. It's just Trayvon Diggs blew it out the water last year with 11, but like I said, that's probably gonna regress this year. But I mean, he locks down his side of the field. He's usually taking the number one matchup of whoever they're playing, and he's usually doing a damn good job. So I gotta put him top 5, man. As first round, fifth pick, he top 5 in my eyes.
Yeah, he definitely top 5 talent. I probably could have bumped him up there over some of these other guys, but my number 5, he's another Ohio State Buckeye. I got Marshawn Lattimore at 5. Marshawn at 5.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that one.
A very physical, very fast corner man. I believe he also had like 3 picks. He's not afraid to get in there and tackle. For some reason, he always get killed by Mike Evans, though. Mike Evans always kill him. But them two, they always have great battles. And man, Marshawn Lattimore, he's like one of those leaders over there in New Orleans on that defensive side. And I mean, I see no reason why he wouldn't have another great year this year. So yeah, I got Marshawn at 5.
Okay, yeah, I can't knock it. I got he coming up on my list, so I got him there. That's one we agree on in the top 5. Okay. My number 4, you probably gonna think. Matter of fact, now I'm looking at it. If you don't got him number 4, you're probably gonna be looking at me a little crazy because you probably got him pretty high on your list. We discussed him on a previous episode. You believe he's locked down. He gonna change up a defense that he just got moved to this year, new team. We gonna see. He in a tough division, so he gonna be put to the test. I got my boy J.C. Jackson at 4.
Oh, that's great. You know what? I totally forgot about J.C. Jackson. I totally forgot about J.C. Jackson. I totally forgot about J.C. Jackson.
You left him off your whole list?
I left out the whole
man.
list. See, that's just funny.
See, that's why I'm saying it's so tough to like get this list together because like it's like 20 guys you can make an argument for being top 10. It's just like how you want to play the cards, what matchups they got during the year. And not all of them are playing. Not all of them are like just man up corners. Some play zone. Some play press coverage, man. But like, yeah, man. That's funny. That's funny as hell that you left about this, man. That's why I got number 4. So if you could redo it, where would you put J.C. Jackson at?
I'd probably switch. I'll probably put him like at 6. With Gilmore is that I got, and then probably like bump down some guys. Slay would probably be either Slay or Trey White. Probably Trey White would be gone. Or maybe Slay. I don't know. One of those 2 guys would be gone. But yeah, definitely probably like top 6. Top 6, top 7.
And J.C. Jackson, man, I'm pretty sure he was second in the league last year with 8 interceptions behind Diggs.
Oh yeah,
he was a dog last year. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see like how he now plays with the Los Angeles Chargers coming out of Bill Belichick's system, because Bill Belichick, greatest defensive coach, greatest coach of all time. He gonna put his players in the position to be their best. Chargers have had a lot of problems over the years with that defense, especially last year. So, of course, they bring JC in to kind of shore up some of those problems, but it's like, is he then, kind of affected by the Chargers culture, and he probably don't, or he may not play up to that ability, but we're going to see. Only time will tell, but I still give him top 5 corner. I don't know if he's as locked down as people say, but like I said, he's going to be tested this year because
definitely tested.
Everywhere you look in the AFC West, it's going to be a matchup. Everywhere you look in the AFC, is going to be a tough matchup. So he's going to have to prove it.
Yeah, for sure going to have to prove that. Yeah, I mean, he is locked down. I mean, 8 interceptions, and he was still like locking people down. It's kind of crazy to see him, just seeing Bill let it lead. But like you said, Bill got that.
Sometimes he know.
He just be knowing.
If you know, you know. I don't know, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man.
But nah, at 4, man, I got he's a Raven. I got your boy Marlon Humphrey, man. I got him at 4. I love Marlon Humphrey, man. Like, he's just one of those guys. You can plug him anywhere, and like he's gonna be a dog. He's a lockdown corner. It's like the only reason he has one is because he can catch the ball, but the only reason he has one in he only reason he had one interception because they don't throw his way a lot. And when they do throw his way a lot, like he is locked down. And so he's also a very physical corner. He also, not afraid like other guys like Marshawn Lattimore. He's not afraid to get in there and make a tackle when need be. And I believe he's like one of those quiet guys too. So I mean, yeah, I got him at 4. He's definitely a top 4 talent, top 3 talent, and he should have another great year.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, man, if we want to have another lock on this episode, I said the last episode. I don't know if I kind of made it like this concrete, but Lamar's been this week. Training camp just started. Today's Sunday, like I said earlier. Yesterday, they had all the fans back at the training camp for the first time. And so NFL was doing broadcasts with every team throughout the whole day. Lamar looks great. So I think Baltimore is taking the AFC North this year. I'm ready to hammer that down and lock that shit in. Baltimore taking the AFC North. The Bengals will not be repeating. I know y'all got Joe Shiesty, Jamar Chase, some dogs over there, but Lamar finna wake y'all back up, man. I think they said he up to 230 pounds. I know this off topic, but I'm locking that in. So y'all can pencil me in for that one. But
Key, I kind of want to switch it up and do the same too, but I believe I had the Bengals, so I'm gonna stay with them Bengals, man. But nah, them Ravens, man, they're looking good. It's also off subject, but I've been reading reports and they said LJ been in the lab lately, like with his passing. And he said his spiral passes or whatever is like very much.
He transformed his whole body. Like he looked like not like a whole different person, but like you could just tell, like he cut up, and that strength probably he threading that needle a little bit harder this year. And I saw an interview the OC did yesterday too, I believe, and it kind of got misquoted because you know how reporters do. They just trying to draw up attention. And he said something along the lines of, Lamar's looked so good. The way it was tweeted was, Lamar looks so good this year throwing the ball so far in training camp that we can call different plays now. But he literally was like, yeah, Lamar's look great. We're going to have the whole playbook open, might be able to call it a couple different plays in situations we might not have called last year. It wasn't no knock on him, but like, I'm excited for him. I hope they do it. Roman isn't necessarily the best offensive coordinator, but they should be healthy. That running game is still one to be messed with. Lamar can throw the ball at the end of the day, regardless of what people want to say. I don't care. But back to the list, man. We're now into the top 3. And at my 3rd, I got the Ohio State cornerback. The dude who be having problems with Mike Evans, but the rest of the league, he locking that shit down. Marshawn Lattimore. Yeah. And I think it's only going to help this year that he got Tyron covering him for safety in the back. So, like, I expect them two to go crazy. It's gonna be they're gonna be turned to New Orleans. I'm probably, if they're not playing when my Chiefs are playing, I'm probably gonna be tuned in to the New Orleans games. I know they're gonna be lit every weekend on defense. So that's why I got in my number 3.
All right, at my 3, he came back at the end of the year. He didn't play pretty much the whole year. Came back at the end of the year. At 3, I got Jared Alexander. Now, like I said with Stephon Gilmore and other guys, man, he's really a top 2 talent. Like he's he's one of the best corners in the league. Like he's up there with Jalen Ramsey for sure. He just needs to get back healthy and prove that he he's still a top 3 corner, top 2 corner, and I feel like this year that he will eventually get back to that. And I got him at 3, man. I mean, he's too much of a lockdown to just have him.
That 2020 season, he was,
man.
It's you just knew if that was your matchup coming into there, you're like, man, I'm probably not getting the ball thrown my way.
Exactly.
Like that's just something you gotta accept. Like quarterbacks were not testing him, and they were smart not to, because if they did, they were gonna pay for it. So, like I said, I don't disagree with that at all. I just want to see him bounce back from injury healthy. But I think he does. And if he does, I'll definitely move him up in my list. But like you said, top 3, top 2 talent, depending on who you ask. Dude just does it all. He's a dog. But the top two of my list, they're just more of dogs to me. And it might not even be that they're more dogs, but they've been doing it a little longer than Jair. And number two, the one I don't know how you ranked him so low. I got my boy Xavier Howard. That man, in terms of man-to-man coverage, besides my number one, who I'm sure we got the same number one. Besides him, as far as corners go today, he's probably the second best one-on-one corner. Like sure, he can cover a lockdown, and he's got great hands. He gonna pick up the ball. I still remember in what was it, the 2020 season, Tyreek ran a post route to the corner of the end zone, and we were on our way to like dog walking the Dolphins. And if he would have got that touchdown, it was like it's really game over from there. And Mahomes kind of just locked it up, and Xavier just reached back with one hand and snagged it. And I was like, ooh. I got up on myself, like, ooh, that's a nice catch. Like, I'm supposed to be rooting against you, but I got to give it to you on that one. Like, dude is a ball hawk. He gets it done. I think you're crazy for putting him that low. I understand some of your reasons, but I don't know. I got him at number two, man. That dude gets the job done. You can't go wrong with Xavier Howard. And I think he's going to really help in that division. And maybe if the Dolphins are competitive, you know, if Tua does his thing in the offensive end, Xavier Howard is going to be a reason they're able to compete in that number one spot with the Bills. So I got him at number two, man.
All right. At my two, he's a younger guy, 2 years in the league. The Clemson Tiger. And number two, I got AJ Terrell, man. Like you said, he's on a bad team, so he don't get like a lot of media outlook. He don't, people don't really be watching Atlanta games like that because they're very horrible. But man, I mean, this guy had 29 receptions allowed last year with like 3 picks, and he tackles. Like, this guy, he's basically Jalen. He's a Jalen Ramsey type.
He is. He had 52 solo tackles, 81 combined. Like he go tackle the ball, he intercept the ball, he locked down. Like, no, I definitely can't put him at 2, but like, no, he's definitely on his way to being one of the best corners in the league. Probably this year, if he continues that, maybe get him an all-pro selection. He's going to cement himself as a staple that, a name that people do need to know about. And hopefully Atlanta are able to make a little bit of noise so he could get a little bit more attention and respect that he deserves. But yeah, man, I can't knock that. I like you going out on a limb and put him at 2, though.
That's 2, man. You see, I know you seen what I did with Justin Jefferson the last episode. Put him up there at 2.
You did.
Had Jamar at 3. Hey, man, these young guys, man.
These young guys are talented.
Yes, they really
can't deny
are.
It, man.
Can't deny it at all.
So, and coming in at number 1,
we know
it ain't no question who it is.
We know
the man who talks the most shit, but he backs up every single word.
Everything. It's
Jalen
crazy.
Motherfucking Ramsey. Man, I love dude game. Like, he gets a little bit of hate because of all, the trash talking he does. But man, if you're going to talk that much trash and have that ability to back it up game in and game out, can't do nothing but praise him, man. He's literally a lockdown corner ever since he stepped foot in the league. It don't matter who it is. He'll go at Tom Brady. It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
He's talking trash to everybody. He's kind of dialed it back a little bit as he's gotten older, but he's still known to get players out of their game a bit. Only dude ever to get AJ Green out of his game and have him take a swing at him during the game. But man, Jalen Ramsey is that guy. He gonna tackle. You can't throw his way. And he not, let me rephrase, he not just gonna tackle, he gonna hit stick a dude. Like,
he is.
And I know he's on they started off training camp. Well, they started off putting him on the pup list to start off training camp, and then one day later they took him off. He gonna be ready to go by the start of the season. I have no doubt about it. And when he started to go, it's gonna be that 3 levels of defense with Aaron Donald, Bobby Wagner, and then him on the back end. Best team money could buy, man. Rams might repeat.
They might repeat.
I don't want to see them do it, but they might. They got all the talent is still there, and you got the number 1 corner, number 1 defensive lineman league. they shut anything down, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, we just knew me and you was gonna have Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. If you didn't have Jalen Ramsey at one, I might have just had to end the podcast right here.
Oh yeah, man.
Episode over.
If I didn't have Jalen Ramsey, you knew I was trolling. You had to know I was trolling.
Like send your plug info if that's the answer. Because what are you smoking on? But yeah, man. No disagreement here. Jalen Ramsey, top 1 cornerback in the league.
Easy.
All the other ones, as you've seen, it's debatable who you want to pick, where you want to go with. That's how it goes. That's our top 10 corners for the 22-23 season. Which position you want to move to next? You want to go D-line or linebackers?
We can stay in the secondary. Go
safeties.
So we go safety. Let's go safety.
Okay. Safeties. This tough too.
It is very tough.
Like we said, it's just so much safeties do nowadays. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. Number 10. He was on the number 1 rated defense last year, and I actually got his counterpart a little higher than him, but they both do their thing. This past year, he got the second team All-Pro. His teammate got the first team All-Pro, which is why I put them the way they are on my list.
I got the same one.
It's really interchangeable. They are both dogs, and that's the reason the Bills' defense was number 1 last year. I got my boy Micah Hyde. A couple days ago when training camp opened, it was reported he was carted off with an injury. Reports now they say it's minor. Apparently, he jumped up for a ball when he was defending Stephon Diggs, intercepted it, but came down hard or something. But they said it's minor, should be day to day, but as precaution, they're not trying to ruin any talent before the season really starts. So he's sitting out for the most part. But yeah, man, Micah Hyde, second team All-Pro, 5 interceptions, which was tied 4th in the league. He can do it all.
Man, all right. At 10, this might be a little bit surprising. I don't know if you have him on your list or not, but at 10, it's hard for me to say he was a former Texan, and now he's with your Chiefs.
Look, I was scared to put him on my list. I didn't even add him because I don't know with the new system, but you think he top 10 this year? I'm hoping he top 10. I'm hoping he top 10.
He gonna be Justin Reed. If anyone don't know, obviously he's gonna be a nice replacement for. I mean, no one can replace Tyron, but
I pray to God fans don't even try to put that on him or start making comparisons on social media. Just let him play his game. Him and Tyron game, they have similar things, but they 2 different players, and I just want him to exceed at his role this year, whatever that is that Spag got for him. But I like dude. I think he got a lot of potential. So.
Yeah, man. Definitely got a lot of potential. Still a very young dude. One of the fastest safeties in the league. I mean, he got burners. And one thing I love about Justin Reed, he's not afraid to put his body out there, man. He's a very physical safety. He's not afraid to go punch a running back, go punch a line, even an offensive lineman. He put his body out there, man.
Hey, and I meant to send it to you on Twitter yesterday, but from the footage yesterday at training camp, I think they had thrown a crossing route to it was either McCole or Sky Moore, I think. But at the backside of the camera, all you see is Justin Reed, but you just see the safety closing in fast as hell. But it's they ain't got pads on, so he has to let up, and it was just real. I was like, if that was a actual NFL play, Sky Moore, I think it was Sky Moore, he would have got clocked and probably would have had to go sit on the sidelines for a little bit to think about what just happened. Dude, he can hit. Man, that's what I'm excited most. I remember when he cleaned Tyreek clock that one time.
Yeah, he did.
And I know.
I think Reek still caught that holder, huh?
He did.
Yeah. I was pissed off. How did he get the ball?
Yeah, man. That dude, he definitely a bumper, a thumper, whatever you want to call it. But I'm excited to see him this year. I know that's one of your boys. It hurts you to see him go, but hey, I thank you again for giving us another, hopefully All-Pro safety. We're gonna see, man. But he was on my honorable mention. I didn't want to be a homer and throw him on there because I didn't know if that was crazy or not. But I like that number 10 pick, man. Going into number 9. Can't knock dude. He's cold. Only thing I hate about him is the fact that, and it was well deserved when he did it. He threw up the deuce sign in the Super Bowl on Reek.
Oh shit!
And Reek had just hit him with it early in that season when he went for 200 yards in that first quarter, man. He got Antoine Winfield Jr. Solid safety ever since he came into the league. Maybe a little low, probably. It sounded like you probably got him a little higher. He's nice. I think the losing Jordan Whitehead might affect him a little bit, and now he might not have an equivalent or better safety alongside him. So I'm interested to see how he progresses, but can't knock nothing else on his game, man. He tackle, catch. He gonna get in there and hit too. So like, he's very downhill safety, get up in the box, or play deep in coverage. But hey, I got him at 9. It's like you said, it's just hard to kind of balance. But as far as like talent wise goes, it's just some more guys I think got more football talent than he does. But what he does very well. So he still deserves a spot on the list. So I had to put him in at 9.
All right. This is another guy that I have really low at 9. You might freak out because I know you probably have him probably higher. But to me personally, he really didn't have a crazy year like that last year. Like what we expect out of him. But I guess I was reading through his teams, like his fans talking about him and stuff like that. They were saying he just playing through like the defensive system, or whatever. But at 9, I got Minka Fitzpatrick at 9. Like I said, it's probably still a little bit low. I know you probably got him higher.
I don't even have him. I
Okay.
was battling with him and Micah Hyde. I was like, who do I want to give the nod? But Micah was second team all pro, so I was like, but Minka is a dog. He just had a bad year last year. And that's what a lot of fans been saying, because I think they had his Madden rating real low, so fans was real pissed off about that. And like, y'all like Pittsburgh fans, like, y'all are disrespecting Minka Fitzpatrick, and I'm like, dude was definitely a dog back in his days in Miami, his first couple years of Pittsburgh. Last year, I mean, you can take it for what it's worth because it's PFF, but I think PFF had him graded at like 58.2, lowest of his career.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely wasn't his best year by any standard, but I can't knock putting him on the list. I think there's still that talent in there somewhere, and he'll probably get back to more of the Minka we're used to this year, I think. So
hopefully we do, man, because I like Minka, man. He's like you said, Miami, he was a dog in Miami. He's really a top 5 talent, but last year it was just such a weird drop off. And like I said, I was looking through some of the fans' tweets or whatever. They were saying he's been playing in the system, and he just doing what doing what they asked for him to do. And I mean, sometimes you might have the craziest stats. I think he led all safeties and tackles though. So I mean, he's still getting that, but other than that, I mean, he wasn't really that special last year. So
yeah. Hey man, hopefully he turns it around. I think he can. But my number 8, you might call my number 8 a little low, but for me, he's a safety position, but he plays more like I wouldn't call him Tyrann Mathieu, but he's Tyrann Mathieu-esque. They do some of the same stuff, and since he's younger, he's more that young honey badger mold, but he really be up in the box more than he be back deep. I got Buda Baker at 8.
Ooh.
Is that too high or too low? Because let me know something. I think he's great. Don't get me wrong, but I think of him more of a tackling safety more than a coverage safety, because he's just always up in the box, getting his nose into the run game and all that. And for his size, he tackles very well. I gotta give that to him. Like, he's one of those dudes. He got all the bark in the world, even though he's undersized, and he definitely packs a mean punch when he does deliver on hits. So I gotta give it to him.
You wanna know what's crazy?
You forgot him too?
I didn't forget him. I just don't got him on the list.
Oh man, see, it's tough. It's tough. I understand.
Tough.
Yeah, man. He had probably not like his best year, but he had
Best year.
98 tackles last year with 2 sacks. And for a safety, like, that's really good because, like you said, you're supposed to be back 15, 20 yards from the defensive line, but say he be up in the box and he can get after it. Best blitz, probably one of the best blitzing safeties there is in the league. And the funny thing is he'll probably forever be remembered because of that DK hawk down.
DK walk down. Yeah, that's wow.
But dude definitely gets the job done. Can't knock him.
All right, so you had these guys at 10 and 9. I'm gonna have these guys at 8 and 7. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. I mean, hey man, that's like a no-fly zone over there. And be in Buffalo, unless your name is Patrick Mahomes, then you can do whatever the hell you can do whatever you want.
You're too loud. Because Josh Allen played better against our way worse defense, but Patrick Mahomes torches the number 1 defense. And but we didn't have Tre'Davious White. Like, y'all still had 2 of the better safeties back there.
Exactly.
Still the number 1 defense coming into the game, but hey, facts and the eye test don't mean anything anymore, I guess. So it is what it is.
Nah, man, I got through the 8 and 7 though. However you want to, like you said, interchangeable. However you want to put them, they literally right there by each other.
So that's funny because I have Mike at 10, but I got Poyer at 7. So
7, okay.
So there we go. We got a little matchup right there where we matched that one. But yeah, first team All Pro last year. Dude was doing his thing. He played at least 50% of all defense snaps and earned the second best coverage grade at safety. So like, he was locking everything down. It just like, I mean, the first game versus us, they was doing their thing. I think it was either him or Micah Hyde that got a pick 6 off a Tyreek deflection. I'm pretty sure that he dropped, and so they definitely do their thing. But Mahomes got them back in the championship, or the divisional game. But we'll see them boys again this year. I can't wait to see that. Always gonna love those matchups with the Bills moving forward because that's, I guess, the rivalry now. But like you said, man, 2 top tier safeties, both on that defense. Probably gonna be top 5 defense again this year just because all that talent, and that's in large part to them 2 back there. So
I guess we're on the 6 now. Yeah. All right, and my 6, man, I don't know if you even got him on your list, but here we go. My 6, he's a Charger. He's one of those great Chargers, man. I got Derwin James, man. Yeah, Derwin James at 6. I don't know if is that too high? Is that too low or what?
I guess a little bit low.
A little bit low. Oh shit. He a dog though, man. Don't get me wrong. He's a dog, but the other 5 I got, man.
I mean, I can see why people are afraid to put him outside top 3, top 5, because besides his first year, he was dealing with injuries 2019, 2020. Last year, he gave him 15 games. But I think I got to check on it. I don't know if he's holding out, but I know, no, he is holding out for sure. Matter of fact, he's holding out because, he wants a max contract or an extension. But I'm sure the Charger well, we just got you back healthy for the first time in 3 years last year. But I mean, if I'm the Chargers, they would be stupid not to pay him because the one thing I give Derwin James, he's the one defensive back in the NFL that actually gives Travis Kelce problems. Like not the only, but the major reason we beat them last year in LA, he went out the game and Travis took off. But before that, he was locking Travis up and our offense was stalling a lot. He went out the game, Travis did his thing, and then he got that game-winning touchdown overtime, all without Adams on the field. So, Derwin James on the field. So, hey, I think it's a little low, but I can see why people might have him bumped down a bit. So, I can't knock it. And my 6, I got another AFC West safety. And I think he's going to really have a good year because now he won't have to spend as much time on the field because he's going to have a better offense on the other side of the ball to kind of keep him in the defense off the field. I got Justin Simmons. He's kind of, Denver's not a big market, but not one of the smaller markets. But because they haven't been able to find a quarterback these past 3-4 years, the team just never really able to do anything and make much noise. But as far as he goes, he always holds his position down and does what he needs to do to try to produce winning football. It's just, Broncos lacked in other areas. But with Russell Wilson this year, I think the offense obviously takes a step up. I said I got them finishing number 2. I think he's going to be a good reason why that they're able to still lock down. He's going to anchor down that defense on the back end. So, is that low, or you got him on your list?
I don't got him on my list.
You gonna see I got this. Keep going.
You gonna see who I got in this top 5, man. But all right, at 5, I don't think you have him in your list. You might not have him on your list, but he was a former New Orleans Saints. At 5, I got Marcus Williams. He played for the Ravens.
I got him on my list. I got him next.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him next. Yeah.
Hey man, this guy is one of the best covering safeties in the league, man. This guy, he gets it done. Marcus Williams, he's a beast, man. What a great pickup by the Ravens, because I believe they had I forgot what safety left them. One of these safeties left them, I believe, that everybody was like, well, shit, who they gonna pick up now? And went out and give Marcus Williams, added somebody else great to that defense. He's gonna be him and Kyle Hamilton out there. I mean, hey man, Marcus Williams is a dog. Like, people gonna see he's a dog.
Oh yeah, and look, I didn't want to give away my pick for him when we were talking about corners, but the addition of him, I think, was really gonna help Marlon Humphrey and get back to his ways. 'Cause he don't have to do anything or do everything anymore like he had to last year. But that was, of course, part in injuries too. But now you got him on the back end. Like I said, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Peters probably gonna be back. Like, Baltimore defense, if there's any defense that can possibly slow down, I won't say stop Cincy's offense. They definitely been building it over there because that's the division opponent. So they did what they had to do. And now get to battle it out 2 times a year, if not 3, if they're able to meet each other in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see them games, man.
Me too. You can definitely, every year, you can definitely count on a Baltimore Ravens cold-ass defense. They've been having a cold-ass defense since the beginning of time, goddamn. Them Ray Lewis days, them Ed Reed days. They're going to have a cold-ass defense man. Every time.
It just is. It's like set in stone. You think of Baltimore, you think of defense. And it's just always been that way for a long time. And it ain't stopping anytime soon from the looks of it. And my number 5, I got his rival. And we kind of touched on him when we're talking about Cincy, because we're this year in their playoff run, it's just where did the defense come from? How are they doing this? And it was in large part because of this guy. I got Jesse Bates at number 5. He didn't have too much. He didn't have a regular season up to his standards. But when it got to the playoffs, I got to give him his props. He stepped it up. He held quarterbacks to combine 35.6 rating. And they only completed 36.4% of their targets when they were against him. 2 interceptions, one against my boy Mahomes in OT, and then he got another one off Stafford in the Super Bowl. He was just getting the job done when it mattered the most. And so I got to boost him up for that, because primetime players make primetime plays and primetime games. That's exactly what he did. So if they are to, somehow repeat that magic, it might be because of him, but they're hesitant on giving him a contract. And it's probably because they know they're going to have to pay Jamar, T. Higgins, Burrow in the coming years. So they might not be able to expend that much money on him. And Cincy's owner is already cheap as is, but he would be kind of dumb to let him walk. Because I said, you got Eli Apple at cornerback. You're going to need some help over the top. And that's exactly what Jesse Bates provided. So.
All right. Well,
my 4. So, what's your 4?
My 4, man, he was a former Chief. At 4, got your boy Tyrann Mathieu, man.
I miss my dog, man.
He's back at home, man. He gonna put on a fucking show this year.
keep the camera on me, dog. Keep the camera on me, dog. Championship swagger. Keep the camera on me, dog. Man, I got nothing but the utmost respect for Tyron. I've been a fan of his since his Honey Badger days at LSU. When he went to the Texans and then came to us that next year, I remember telling you I'm so hyped. But you was kind of hating a little bit, like, man, no, he gonna be bad for y'all. Just watch, man. He brought us a Super Bowl, anchored that defense for the last 3 years. It's sad the last images of him for us playing is gonna be him with his arms up in the air because Daniel Sorensen can't guard anybody. But man, I'm excited for him. I got him on my list a little bit higher than you, but I think he has a career year. Like back in his hometown, like you're saying, got dudes like Marshawn Lattimore, Cameron Jordan on that defense. He's gonna be producing, and I'm excited to see him. I hope he shuts up all. I mean, I don't think he has too many haters, but there was a lot of Chiefs Twitter that, for whatever reason, was on his bad side, just talking bad about him. I hope he proved all of them wrong. And I say that, obviously as a Chiefs fan, like I love Tyron, man. He's forever goated in my book. Chiefs Hall of Fame player, no doubt about it. So future Hall of Fame player, just straight up period. But Chiefs Hall of Fame player for sure. So can't knock it.
Man, I just wish God would have gave him a little bit more height to him, man. At least put it 5'10", 5'11".
Man,
like
it might have been real scary for the league if he was, man, it gave him a little bit more. But man, dude, at his size, like that's why I was saying, like, I don't want to say Buda Baker is like Tyrann Mathieu because there's only one Tyrann Mathieu, but he's Tyrann Mathieu-esque. And I still remember back in the end of the 2019-2020 season, I went to the game when we played the Chargers at home at Arrowhead, and Phillip Rivers threw a jump ball up in the corner, and they were beating us at the time. If they would have got the touchdown, it kind of would have been looking a little bad for it. Tyrann Mathieu went up there with Mike Williams and took it from him. I'm like, they list him at what, like 5'8", 5'9". He probably all of 5'7" if we being real. But hey, he's an athlete. He's an athlete, man. Love me some Tyrann Mathieu. Like I said, I can't knock the pick. I'm a little higher, but can't knock the pick. And my 3, the guy, I think you put him at 6. And
okay.
Yeah, like health is always the major concern with him, but man, he might be the best. I mean, he's not the best cover safety, but he probably number 2 in cover safeties in the league because I'll put him behind my number 1. But man, Derwin James, like I said, the only DB I know that gives Travis Kelce fits. Like, if you go watch the tape on him guard Travis Kelce, like he's locking Travis Kelce down. And Travis Kelce don't get locked down by anybody.
No, anybody.
But Derwin James is that guy. I can't knock it. The best, like, and I don't mean this like when I say it, the best I can hope for is that he dealing with an injury or he out the game when we play them. Because if not, Travis Kelce just not gonna have a good game that game, realistically speaking. Dude does it all. Only problem is his health. But last year he did give him a good 15 games, but the defense was just so bad in other places. It didn't fare too well. But now that they got pieces all over, I think he's in for a great year. So Derwin James, man, I got him at 3.
All right. Now, I love these young guys, man. You had him, I believe, like at 8 or 7, but I got Tampa Bay finest. I got Winfield Jr. at 3, man. I mean, what more can I say about this guy? This guy is like, he talk his shit too, but he backs it up. It's like, he backs it up, man. He got him a ring him. He got his ring. He was like one of PFF's highest graded safeties. He had like an 86.1, looks like. And I mean, he's a dog, man. Like, it's not really too much to say about him because I mean, he's always there. He's there in every play. Every play. You gonna hear his name, Winfield Jr. Winfield
Heard
Jr.
his name too much during that Super Bowl. It's making me sick.
It's like he definitely opened my eyes because I think he was a rookie at that time, right?
That was his rookie season.
He was balling. It was crazy.
He was balling. Look, like I said, Tyreek got him that first time we played him in the regular season, humbled him a little bit, and then he humbled Tyreek right back.
Right
So
back.
all props to him, man. And my number 2, the guy we just talked about, my guy. Now, I guess, I probably put him a little high for you. But like I said, I'm excited to see him play this year, man. Tyrann Mathieu, I'm rooting for him. Like, I hope he has the best year of his career. I hope the Saints make some noise in the NFC. Like, I just hope he does his thing, man. Like, I'm just excited to see him play in his hometown. I think it's going to be nothing but good things, especially, like, now that for us, our defense had their fair share of problems. So he was always, trying to maybe have to overcompensate and do a little bit more just because. But with New Orleans defense and Dennis Allen as a coach, sky's the limit, I think. And I think he's going to reach the limit this year, man. Maybe, I don't know if he would be classified as comeback player of the year because his year last year was kind of down by his standards. But if there was like a miraculous comeback player of the year, I put in my vote for him. I think he goes off, and I think he reclaims first team All Pro best safety in the league this year. I think that's what he's bound to do. So,
shit, I hope so, man. That'd be a great story. Him going back home and getting that'd be nice. All right, at my 2, everybody about to say who, but he's really one of the most underrated safeties in the league. I mean, this guy, to me, he's personally amazing. He's in my favorite team's division. He's in the AFC South. At number 2, I got Kevin Byard from the Tennessee Titans. He's the best. He's the best coverage safety in the league.
Oh, I know. When I said Derwin James is probably the second best, that's what I was. That's my number 1. Yeah, he's a dog. Look, I watched him live last year. I went to the game in Tennessee when Kansas City played Tennessee last year. Watched them whoop our ass. He was locking everything down. Mahomes could not throw anywhere. Dude is locked down for real at the safety position. Look, I know exactly who you're talking about. He is a problem, and he's my number 1 safety. Kevin Byard is a dog. Like, if you don't know him, there's a problem because Tennessee. He's one of the reasons Tennessee defense was so great last year. Like, he is their leading man, and he goes out and shows it every week. I can't knock him whatsoever. So.
All right. Well, I guess everybody wondering who's at my
1. What's your number 1? Because I mean, he was tied. Kevin Byard, who we talked about, he was tied for number 1 in the NFL for approximate value, like just any position for players. So I'm interested to see now who your number 1 safety is. I gotta hear this. Is it anybody I've already said?
Nah, he ain't on your
list. Yeah. Come on, let's hear this.
All right, so at my 1, I like my young guys, but this guy, he's an older guy. Got Adrian Amos at 1, man. He's one, man. Hear me out. It's wild, I know, but to me personally, he's the best all around safety in the league. You can put him at strong safety, you put him at free safety. He's a good cover guy. He can go cover them tight ends. I mean, Adrian Amos. I mean, he can do it all. I mean, he's one of the leaders on that Green Bay defense. He's another dog. I mean, like I said, he's the best all-around safety in the league. You can literally put him anywhere. You can even put his ass at linebacker. This guy, I mean, he gets it done. He's a dog.
That's fair. Look, he was. I was arguing for him in my honorable mention. Tim, Micah, Mika, and Adrian Amos. I didn't know who to get put in, put out, but he got booted with Minka. But number 1, that's interesting. That's interesting. Look, if he has a great year again and making headlines, we gotta come back and clip this because you definitely caught it. I ain't see that one coming, but if he do his thing again this year, I'll definitely come back to this and give you your props, man. So I respect the pick. That wraps up the safeties, man. We down to 2 position lists left. We go LB. We did defensive line as one whole thing. We didn't do interior and defensive end and all that. So those are actually gonna be really interesting because there's so many dogs both ways, like interior
Yep.
and outside. So I'm gonna
That's the
see
hardest
that.
list.
So you want to say that one for last and just go
Yeah.
linebackers, knock that out.
Yeah,
Okay,
we say that for last.
so we're gonna go linebackers, man. Linebackers, my number 10. I don't think too many people are talking about them. It's another one of those picks you could probably call me a homer on, but I'm biased or whatever. I don't care, man.
He gonna say
This guy is as long as he stay healthy, because football, obviously one injury can completely change something. But if he's healthy, by the end of the year, he might be top 5. Because this year he's getting the reins to our defense. Last year he was a rookie. Was able to start 12 games in the Steve Spagnuolo defense, which is unheard of because he really don't like playing rookies at all. Got my guy Nick Bolton, man. Taking over the captain, gonna be the starting middle linebacker on my Chiefs, man. Led the team with 70 solo tackles, and he only started 12 of the games. Assisted another 42 tackles, had 11 tackles for loss, 3 pass defense, a fumble recovery, which he returned all the way to the house in that Denver game. I don't know if you remember watching that.
I remember that.
Dude is a dog. He fast as hell. He can cover sideline to sideline, and he's a pretty good coverage linebacker too. Like I said, this is second year, so not too many people just really know who he is. But, man, if our defense is able to, hold things down and be a reason why we can win some games this year, he's definitely going to be a name you hear behind that. And that's why I put him at number 10, man. I love him so far. I think the future is going to be really bright moving forward with him. And, like, Anthony Hitchens, don't get me wrong, he obviously was our leading linebacker on our Super Bowl year, but it was time for him to go. And this dude is for sure the right replacement, man. So keep your eyes on Nick Bolton. That's all I'm going to say. Keep your eyes on Nick Bolton, man.
All right, Nick Bolton. I'm gonna have to watch some Chiefs games and then look into them, man, for sure. But at my 10, I got a Carolina Panther, man. I got Shaq Thompson. At 10. I mean, he does it all. He's a great tackler. He can cover. I believe he had like 2 picks or something like that last year. I mean, he does it all for that team. I believe they used to have Thomas Davis, and I don't know if they still got him or not. But
he retired.
Retired, yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. Yep.
But yeah, he took over the reins of that LB. So I got Shaq Thompson at I got him at 10.
Okay. I can't knock that. Number 9, I got probably literally the only bright spot besides the rookie going into their second year quarterback on this team, because it's been a dumpster fire these past couple years. They're in full rebuild mode. But if you're looking for something consistent that's been good on their team, you got to go with him. I got Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears. He's recorded at least 101 combined tackles in each of his 4 NFL seasons. From Georgia, so you know how them dogs get down. Great defense over there with Kirby Smart. Second team All-Pro in 2020 and 21. And last year he set a career high with 163 combined tackles. Like, I know the Bears, they're not good for shit. Excuse my language, but he was doing as much as he could to, try to help produce any type of wins. But there's just so much wrong with that team. There's not much you can do. But on that defensive side of the ball, which as bad as their offense was, their defense was ranked 6th overall in the NFL. And it's because of this guy. He's everywhere. If you're seeing a tackle being made on Chicago's defense, he's usually involved. So I got him at 9.
Okay. At 9, man, he was a former Texan. Hurt for me to see him leave the way that he had left. But at 9, I got Zach Cunningham, man. It was like a year or 2 ago, man. He led the league in tackles. I mean, every week this guy he gonna be like, he plays for the Titans now, but every week you're gonna see him at the top of the list for the most solo tackles. This guy he's in every play. Zach Cunningham
got a nose for the ball.
Yes, literally. He's super fast. like you said, nose for the ball. I mean, he's on every tackle. I got him at 9, man.
He would have been my number 10. Like I said, I had to be a little biased. I just wanted to give my guy Nick Bolton a boost just to put him on people's radar a little bit because I think he gonna break out. But yeah, Zach Cunningham got nose for the ball, like you was saying. He just like you see the ball carrier, you see Zach Cunningham. That's kind of how it is. He's a surefire tackler, so I can't knock that pick at all.
For sure.
Number 8, it might be considered a little low depending on who you ask. I got him at 8 because last year he kind of got banged up, and now I believe he's 32, going on 33 years old. So by NFL years, he probably kind of getting there in age on his last few years, but he still produces. Still one of the best coverage linebackers in the game. But I got Levante David from Tampa Bay. So 2 years ago, of course, Super Bowl winning defense. He was still a Tampa Bay Buccaneer back when they were 2-14, and he was holding it down. Still holding it down to this day with Tom Brady. And alongside Devin White, man, he still produces numbers year in, year out. So got to keep him on the list. But like I said, he's kind of getting older, was dealing with injury a little bit last year. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to stay relatively healthy this year. So
I got him at I actually got him at 7, so he coming up for me. But at 8, this might be kind of a surprise for everybody. Cause I know you probably definitely have him on your list, but at 8, I got a Buffalo Bill. I got Matt Milano. Got Matt Milano at 8, man. I don't know why, but I like this guy like really a lot. Like he's just a great linebacker. He got a nose for the ball too. He be on every tackle. He's one of those leaders for Buffalo on that side of the ball, other than them 2 safeties. But I feel like he's just as much as a dog as Zach Cunningham is. So I don't know. I got Matt Milano at 8, man. How you feel about that?
He's a dog. I don't have him on my list. I'll tell you why. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of those things we're saying, like, as good as he is, whatever we doing in Kansas City, we got his number. He can't guard Travis Kelce, and I obviously Travis Kelce, future Hall of Famer tight end. So it's not like necessarily a knock on him to say that, but that's why I kept him on my list because usually every year we play them, Travis Kelce gets off and torches him. And last year that's who he caught the game-winning touchdown pass on. He routed Milano up, went to the corner of the end zone. Mahomes hit him with a dime, but Milano definitely a good player for sure. One of the locks on that defense, kind of captain of the team a little bit. But I can't be mad with him at your 8. Number 7, I don't know if this is too low, but I got Levante Davis, partner in crime. I got Devin White. I got them 8 and 7. They both kind of neck and neck with each other, I think, talent-wise. But I think, like I said, Levante kind of aging. Devin White might kind of, begin to take the reins. Not saying that he wasn't already the best linebacker of the team, but last year he got his first All-Pro. He's already been a Pro Bowl linebacker before, Super Bowl winner, obviously. Like, I think he's only going to keep getting better, and I think he's really going to step out and kind of establish himself as linebacker 1 on Tampa Bay this year. So
I fucking forgot about Devin White.
Yeah, man. These defensive lists are hard, man. Like, it's so hard to rank all these defensive players because they all pretty solid. Like, offense is kind of like distinct. Like, oh yeah, this guy, you can't argue he top 5. But defense is like, it could go a lot of different ways. So
I would have got him just like that. I would probably had him at 7, then Levante David at 8. But at 7, I got Levante David.
Okay. Yeah. So we're not too far off from each other there.
Not too far off, man.
Number 6 is solid linebacker. Call him Mr. Consistent. Only problem is, bless you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Salute.
But number 6, man, he's just on one of them teams where it's like I said, you're probably gonna know who I'm talking about as soon as I say it. But like, because of his quarterback, I can't put no faith in his team, which sucks. Oh, you got.
I think so. Yeah,
Eric Kendricks.
Yeah, I got him at 6.
I got him at 6, man. Eric Kendricks, man. Mr. Consistent. And had 100 career high combined 143 tackles last year, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions. It's the only season in which he did not record at least 100 combined tackles was his rookie campaign, and he hit 107 in 2020, and he only played 11 games that year. Like he's another one of those dudes where wherever the ball carrier is at, he's probably gonna be there too, and he's gonna get it done for Minnesota. But end of the day, Kirk Cousins is his quarterback, so you never really hear too much about Minnesota because they're never in the primetime games or never really making it to the playoffs like that with Kirk Cousins back there, man. But can't knock him. Solid player for sure, man.
Definitely solid player, man. He's really one of the best covering linebackers in the league. Like this guy, it's crazy. Like he always has he got nose football too, but he be catching them picks, boy. Like he gets some picks. I believe like last year, 2020, he had like 5 picks, I believe, or some crazy shit. Like, but yeah, he's like I said, one of the best covering linebackers in the league. So I mean, hey.
Look, okay, so through all the madness, we was able to agree with 1, and that's 6. We still got 5 more, so let's see how it fares out this one. My 5, it's kind of a guy who kind of goes unnoticed, but he's on the Saints, and I think because of his level of play, it's just another solid piece on that defense where it's like the Saints they're loaded, I think. And like I was watching NFL Network the other day, or it might have been ESPN Live, but I want to say it was like Willie McGinnis came on or something. And he was talking about like Dennis Allen hasn't proven himself. Jameis Winston hasn't proven himself. So y'all are crazy for saying the Saints over the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, the Saints literally have the Buccaneers number. Granted, Tampa Bay did get him in the playoffs, but that's because Drew Brees, old ass, had no business playing for real.
No business. No business.
But this guy 5, I got Demario Davis, man. They linebacker. All 3 seasons he's been in the NFL, he's been all pro. Mm-hmm. So like people like when he got his first all pro in 2019, like, oh, okay, that's fluke year. Come back 2020, all pro. Okay, he won't do it again. 2021, all pro. Recorded 105 combined tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. PFF grade of 77.9, which was ranked 8th amongst linebackers. Like, he gets the job done. So, like I said, you got Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, Marshawn Lambert, Tyron Matthews. They got players at every level on that defense who can produce. And as long as they stay healthy, man, Saints NFC South winners. Lock it in, man.
Yeah, lock that shit in.
I'm telling you right now, I don't care what they say about Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady might be able to get him in the playoffs, because it's Tom Brady. But as far as regular season goes, man, Saints are winning that division. I put my life. I'm joking. Nah, man. Lock that in. Lock that in, man. Saints winning the NFC South. So.
Okay. I got him next, but at 5, it was kind of hard. I didn't know where to put him because he's a unicorn. I don't know if I should put him at linebacker, at defensive line. They do so much with him. But at 5, I got he's one of them boys. I need them boys fans to come back with me.
They gonna come back for sure because I got them higher. So
at 5, I got Micah Parsons, man. What else can you say about this guy? This guy's this guy's amazing, man.
Fucking beast. Because like you said, he's a linebacker by position, but like they put him at defensive end. He got after the quarterback. He can be in coverage. Like he's literally a Swiss Army knife listed as linebacker. And he's besides CD, he's one of the other like lone bright spots on that team. Like I said, I don't expect much out of the Cowboys this year because I think they had a really bad offseason. But him, man, he's the future. And all I know is Jerry better pay that man because if Dallas don't get it together,
big bucks.
If he goes walking, he's gonna get big bucks from somebody, somewhere. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, man. I think it's a little low. I think it's a little low. Cowboys fans, I'm on your side. I'm on your side with this one.
He might be, but that was just 1 year. Well, I know you. I said I love my young guys. He definitely probably could be a little bit higher, but if he was a little bit higher, he'll probably be in my top 3 for sure. But those top 3, man, hey.
Okay.
You go see the top three.
So my top four, not my top. My fourth, it might, because I'm assuming you probably got him in your top three, and so you might be like, what? Depending on where you got him, but new team just got a nice little bag for a conference rival.
Hold on, you better not say it.
I got Bobby Wagner.
No. Oh man, I gotta hear this.
I got Bobby Wagner. It's not. I mean, my top three, you gonna see, but it's just like, of course, he does it all. He's great. It's just he getting a little older, but at the same time, I can still see keeping him or making the argument for top three because he went to the LA Rams. So now you got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. Like, it makes his job that much easier. And playing with a contender and playing for a winner again, because Seattle ain't really been doing anything these past few years, definitely might bring back the best out of his game. But I just put him at 4 because, like you said, I just got to go with the young talent on this one. Like, the young talent can just move a little bit quicker to the ball. But like you say, Bobby Wagner, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with him. So, like, LA Rams win the Super Bowl again this year. He's going to be a good reason why. But I knew that one might upset you because I got him at 4, man. So that's who I got.
All right, at 4, like you said, you had him at 5. Demario Davis. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He's the leader of that defense. Demario Davis, man, give this guy his flowers while he's still here. He's really like he a cold ass linebacker, man.
Cold.
I mean, shit, he could be a future Hall of Famer maybe one day.
I mean, if he gonna keep racking up all pros like he is, there ain't too much you can say about him. Like, there's only so many players that consistently get all pro rankings, and he's got a 3 years in a row. You get a 4th. I mean, I don't want to like solidify, but it's like
it's gonna be
you almost damn near there for a lock as a Hall of Fame linebacker because that's hard to do. But man, he gets the job done, like you said. Really slept on, so disrespected that they don't give his name more attention. But man, yeah, can't go wrong with that. So my number 3 is one of the younger guys, and he not younger anymore, but he's young, and ever since he's came to the league, he's just been putting up numbers. Maybe last year wasn't one of his better years, but I mean, he's only 25. So much football left ahead of him, I think. And if the 49ers are going to be able to still make some noise, our previous podcast, they hadn't decided, but they came out and said Trey Lance is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he going to need all the help he can get on the defensive end to, keep the offense in it and be able to maybe let him make a few mistakes. Got my guy, Fred Warner, man. Career high 137 combined tackles last year. Scored at least 118 combined tackles in each of his 4 NFL seasons. Like, dude is a beast. And like I said, he's just younger. So that's why I ranked, like, all these guys are younger than Bobby Wagner, which is why I have them higher than him. So I'm taking one from your book. I got to go with the younger talent, man.
No, I got the same. I got him for one. I got him at 3 also. Like, hey man, this guy's a dog. He top 3 talent. He's been doing this since the day he came in. And,
okay. So I know how your top 2 fish. I don't know how you have them, but I know your top 2, and so now it's gonna get interesting because you might have to get up again. Because at my 2, which I just saw a report earlier today. Can't call him. Well, he said he's okay with it.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I did.
What?
I did, man. The dude's a beast.
What?
He got my number 1 spot. But at number 2, I got Darius Leonard, or as he prefers to be called, which is his middle name, he said, Shaquille Leonard, man.
My name's Shaquille.
My name's Shaquille. Like, man. He's literally been arguably top 2 linebacker ever since he stepped foot in Indy. Like we've been saying, they just never had enough help on the offensive end, specifically quarterback position. But now they got Matt Ryan. Tail end of his career, obviously, but maybe that defense can be so good, and Matt Ryan still has enough left in the tank. He might be able to get him someplace. But man, Darius Leonard, Shaquille Leonard, my fault. 122 combined tackles last year, 4 interceptions, 4. This is the craziest. He forced 8 fumbles.
Yeah, I
Like,
know it's crazy.
I don't think people that is unheard of. Like that's up there with Trevon Diggs getting 11 interceptions. Like you force 8 fumbles, like you better have your head on the swivel if you running in between the tackle because he's coming to get you, man. And his run defense grade was second amongst all defenders, not just linebackers, amongst all defenders in the NFL last year. So I got him at 2. The only problem with, and I don't even think it's gonna be a problem, they got him on the PUP list. Which, if you don't know what PUP list is, that's physically unable to perform list or PUP list. But they got him there because he just had back surgery in June, and it wasn't anything to do with his back, like for real, but it was some nerve that was giving him problems that was lingering from an ankle issue he had. So I don't know how that really works. And they haven't said too much about him, but the hopes is he's still able to be there starting week 1. But I think it won't be too much of a problem for him. And top 2 linebacker. You can make the argument for 1, but I went out on a limb with my number 1, and I'll say it after you give your 2. But you know who I got. But yeah, go ahead, go say your 2, man.
My 2, man, at 2, Bobby Wagner, man. Hey, man, he he's a little older guy, but I mean, I feel like he's like a Jalen Ramsey, man. Like you just have to put him up there in that top 2 area. Like no matter how old he gets, he always gonna be so good. I mean, this guy, he's like, even at his age, he's still so fast. He's still one of the better covering linebackers in the league. He's at every play. He was the leader. He was the leader of Seattle defense for years and years.
He was like, obviously Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Hall of Famers, dogs. Mm-hmm. But the leader of Legion of Boom was Bobby Wagner.
Yep.
Like he was the captain of that defense, and the only one who hit harder was Cam Chancellor. That's probably why he's out of the league now, because he was hitting so hard.
CTE.
But like they said, like that tweet, something about if NFL should just have 82 games a year. What's his name? What's his name?
Boy, what?
But yeah, man, Bobby Wagner, I can't be mad at it. Like I said, it's just the age thing for me. I roll with the younger guys on this one. Without further ado, man, my number 1 linebacker, drum roll, please. How about them Cowboys, man? I got Michael Parsons, man. Like, I know it might be a jump to throw him at 1 because, like you said, it was just 1 year. But man,
hey, let them young guys, man. Them younger cats, man. They ballers. Like
he is a baller. Like I don't like the Cowboys, but man, you can't not give this dude his earned respect. To come in the league your rookie year, what was it? 84 combined tackles, rookie record 13 sacks. He said in the report a few weeks ago that he's minimum he getting 15 sacks in 2022, and I really don't doubt him. I think it's very much possible for him. Number 1 linebacker according to PFF without a doubt. 89.7 grade. Pass rushing grade 93. Like I said, might have jumped the gun because it was 1 year, but young talent, he's the best, man. And he might not even necessarily be a linebacker if you want to say he a defensive end, but they put him there. They put him at linebacker. He could cover. He could get to the QB.
He can play both.
I give him my props. Man. So Cowboys fans, you got you one, man. We trying to bring y'all back in. We don't want y'all to just hate us just yet until the season starts. Y'all start playing bad. But I give Michael Parsons number 1 linebacker in the NFL, man.
Yeah, he's for sure top 3. He's just a Cowboy. I can't put him up there just yet. I can't let them have that just yet. But no, he definitely top 3, top 5. All respect to Michael Parsons. My number 1, you just said, call him Shaquille. I mean, hey, man, He's been doing this since the day he
stepped in the league.
stepped in.
I forgot to say it when I was talking about it, but shout out to him. HBCU superstar, South Carolina State, man.
Yep.
All the people talking about HBCU football is not competitive enough. Best linebacker, arguably the best linebacker in the league, man. Straight out of South Carolina State, man. Rooting for him his whole career just because of that alone. But
sure.
Look, I can't knock him for the number one. I just wanted to be different, and I wanted to roll Michael Parsons. But hey, Shaq number 2. So it really don't matter. 1 and 2, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to go with. Hey, that wraps up the linebackers, man. That was actually more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. We were scared about linebackers. We were talking about it earlier, like, man, this might be the most boring, but that was a nice little segment for linebackers. I can't be mad at it. And wrapping up the episode, man. Let's get to that defensive line. Now, like I said, we didn't split up interior and outside. We put it all in one. So it's going to be, interesting to see where we rank certain people. But even though their ranking might be low on this list, as far as, if they're interior linemen, they could very much be way higher on that list if it was strictly interior outside. But we'll kick it off with number 10. I think, man, we might have to call this the New Orleans episode because this my number 10, your boy out in New Orleans, Tom Brady's worst nightmare, boy Cameron Jordan. And this is just top 10 defensive linemen. Interior, man, or I was like, it's just hard, but I put him at 10. So I can see if, you're like, that's low for Cameron Jordan, but man, dude's a beast. And he going to be getting after the quarterback, having to make them get the ball out quick. May force a mistake. Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu right there on the back end to intercept, deflect the pass, whatever you want to say. Yeah, Cam Jordan at 10, man.
At 10, I have a 2A tie. Also, Cameron Jordan. He's a dog. He's one of those leaders in New Orleans. But also, I had Kenny Clark at 10. Also, he's one of the better D tackles in the league. I mean, you can't go when he's in the middle. You can't do nothing, man. He's one of the best D tackles in the league. I just want to be kind of different, put him in there.
That's fair.
Those two, man, tie for 10, man.
Okay. So at number 9, I got a Tennessee Titan. He probably, if he's not the number one reason why, he's the second reason why that defense was so good last year. I know we talked about Kevin Byard earlier. So let's just say, we got Kevin Byard as the number 1 top dog on that defense. Number 2 last year, Jeffrey Simmons. Dude was balling out, getting after the quarterback, giving him a living hell. And I want to say he was probably responsible for at least like 4 or 4.5 of those sacks on Joe Burrow in that divisional game. Like he just had a knack for getting to the quarterback last year. Obviously, it's going to be hard to reproduce that, but I think if he doesn't reproduce what he did last year, he gets damn near close. And great interior lineman, man. Mike Vrabel, defensive-minded coach out the Belichick system, got them boys playing real good. This year, I think the offense kind of falls off, which is the reason I don't have them doing it too well. But that defense probably will still be relatively good. I just think the offense probably won't be able to stay on the field as much. And that's going to hurt the defense in turn because they're going to be a little bit more tired. But still a nice defense nonetheless. And Jeffrey Simmons is a big reason why.
Okay. I respect that for sure. At 9, this might be a little bit low, but he was hurt last year. I believe he tore his ACL last year. He was a defensive rookie of the year 2 years ago.
I forgot him on my list. He did. You can go ahead and say it.
At 9, I got Chase Young, man, from the Washington Commanders.
The Commanders. I was going back. I think it was either, I guess it might have been episode 1 or episode 2, but I accidentally said the forbidden name, their old name. But my apologies for that. But yeah, the Washington Commanders. I'm sad because I was just reading reports on him. And out of the 4 players they put on the PUP list, they said that he's definitely going to be the last one to come off of it. And more than likely, he's probably not going to get activated off that until the season starts, which means he's missing the first month of football.
Yeah.
So, in my Dallas Cowboys hot take, finishing, third, fourth in division, were to flail out, it'd probably be because of that, and they're able to, get them wins when Washington can't start there. Because I definitely think they're going to need Chase Young if they want to have any chance of winning football games this year. But recovering from that ACL, because I want to say he tore his ACL in November.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10th, 11th week of the season. And, that's their franchise defensive end. You don't want to, or defensive lineman. So you don't want to mess with his career at all by rushing him back. So I can't be mad at it. But yeah, man, I left him off my list because I don't know how much football he can play this year. It could be one of those things where they might just sit him for a long time because, like, we just want to preserve you for the future because they might be thinking, like, this year we might not have much to play for. But I can't knock the pig. I'm a Chase Young fan. So at 8, got one of my AFC rivals. Luckily, he hasn't caused too much mayhem when he played my Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes able to kind of do his thing and escape when he needs to from him. But dude is a dog. I think last year might have been his first Pro Bowl. And now he got another dog alongside him, which probably just going to make his job that much easier. But I got Max Crosby.
Okay.
Solid defensive end, gets to the quarterback, can tackle. Raiders defense just isn't good on that back end. So they're very reliant on him getting to the quarterback. They added Chandler Jones, so that can help, but I still think they're lacking on the back end. So Max Crosby he's going to have another nice year, if they're to win the AFC West, as someone said on this podcast on episode 1.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah. And plus 525 odds, man. You going to sprinkle?
Oh, got to.
You got to, man. Hey,
I gotta do that before our bookie close it up. But
okay, yeah, man. Max Crosby at 8 for me.
For sure. At 8, he's on a new team. I got Khalil Mack. It might be a little bit low. Might be a little bit too low, but I mean,
and you might say I'm crazy. I don't have him on my list.
That's respectable. That's respect. That's respectable. Cause he didn't have the best year last year. He was kind of really quiet last year. But I just feel like his presence is still alive.
Yeah, and Bosa on the other side. So yeah, he definitely might be able to get back to the Khalil Mack we know, and that's scary. But like I mentioned, this is just all defensive line. So if it was top 10 defensive ends, Khalil Mack is on my list, no doubt. But since we combined the two, he got booted out for other people, for me. And moving forward, number 7, put my guy there, my nose tackle.
Same.
I'm hoping okay. So there we go. Another one locked in. We on the same page. I need him to produce this year. And if we are to make it to the playoffs, since, a lot of analysts are saying we won't, since the AFC West is loaded, but I'm going to need him to get some playoff sacks if we want to make some noise this year, man. Got my guy, Chris Jones. He's always regarded as a top talent, but like I said on an earlier episode, he never really just goes over the top where it's like he's undisputed top 2. And I need one of them years for him, man. I need him to break out and have a career year and really, really anchor that defensive line, man. But you got him too, so we agree there. Number 7. What you think of my guy, Chris Jones, man?
Yeah, he can definitely do it. I remember you saying last year that watch out for him. He could be defensive player of the year. And I still believe he can do that, but it's like I just want to see him show up in the playoffs. It's kind of weird in the playoffs.
And stay healthy. He always miss a few games here and there, but I mean, of course, it's hard because he in the trenches to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. But I said that last year because last year they tried to move him at defensive end, and boy, was I wrong, and were the Chiefs wrong to try that? Because what was it? I think it was like 3-4 games in, we just moved him back to defensive nose tackle. He's a beast. Don't get me wrong, but he said it himself. Defensive end just requires another type of, speed and talent. And he just wasn't cut out for that. And that's no knock because he's where he belongs at the nose tackle position, clogging up the middle. But said, I'm gonna need to see a little bit more from him in the playoffs. If we gonna make some noise this year, he got to produce.
Yeah,
especially in the playoffs. Therefore, if Joe Burrow is in your hands on a crucial third down, sack him. Like, for the love of God, just sack him, Chris, please.
He might be cursed, man. I don't know.
I don't know, man, because that is a crazy stat.
This a nuts stat. He's the best defensive tackle, well, second best or third best defensive tackle in the league, and he should at least have one sack, man.
At least one. That's crazy, man. Number 6, I guess. Now I'm looking at it. I got 3 AFC West guys back to back to back. He also has injury riddled a little bit here and there, but like when he's healthy, you have to pay attention to him, or he will wreck your game plan. Well, actually, I'm actually tripping. I got his brother. My bad. I read that wrong. I left Joey Bosa off, and it was because
for real.
I did put his brother Nick Bosa back because I think last year he was returning from the ACL, and like we said, the ACL injury is like that first year back. You kind of get back, but it's not like you back. But that second year is usually where you really feel comfortable again. You got a full season rehab, and I think they had him saying the other day was, I think we can still be good. If Trey Lance avoids any big mistakes, which was kind of a shot at Jimmy G. But if the 49ers are going to stay relevant with Trey Lance at quarterback, that defense is going to have to ball out. And I think Nick Bosa he's going to have the type of year he had his rookie year again, now that he fully 100% healthy. I think he's that type of talent. Top 2 defensive end when completely healthy, I think, behind a guy we'll get to later on in the list, but he's a dog. Better than his brother, in my opinion. And that's no shot at his brother, but he's a dog.
All right. So at my 6, I'm going to do my 6 and 5 because they're both brothers. So at my 6 and 5, I got both of the Bosa bros.
Okay.
However you want to put them. If you want to put Nick at 6 and Joey at 5, or Nick at 5 and Joey at 6, it doesn't matter, man. These 2 guys are like little demons, man. Like they just they just get sacks, man. It is crazy. And
Ohio State products, man.
Man, it's crazy. And it's just, I know Buddy coming off injury, but it's gonna be second year coming back from it, and I mean, hey, let's see what he can do. Hopefully, he comes back and turn up. But yeah, I got both of the Bosa bros back to back. I feel like they trumped before this. So I just want to throw that in there. I know you've been seeing all the memes about
bro, that's funny. It was a meme when we beat them. They were like, Nick Bosa's not even crying because he lost the Super Bowl. He cried because he don't get to beat Trump in the White House because they lost.
No, that shit was hilarious.
Oh man, that shit is funny, man. About 5, I got a staple of the Pittsburgh defense, man. Dude is a baller, always has been, always will be in my eyes. Got that boy Cameron Hayward. Big reason why he's a big reason why they're always able to stay relevant in that Mike Tomlin defense, man. He clogs up everything, gets to the quarterback at that nose tackle position. It helps. He plays with one of the top 2 defensive players
for sure,
football. And I'm sure we're right there on that part of the list for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Cameron Hayward, he's a beast. And he another reason why they got Pittsburgh listed, or they got them finishing last by most sports books. And I just can't see it with Mike Tomlin. Now, I will say, I saw a stupid report earlier today watching NFL Total Access. It was a reporter out of Pittsburgh. They had him on to interview, and they were saying there's a chance that Mason Rudolph could be the starter over Pickett and Trubisky. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, have y'all not seen enough? He's trash.
He's horrible. He's a backup quarterback. He's a third-string quarterback,
Third-string quarterback, really? Like,
I mean, why not just try out Mitchell Trubisky? I mean, he's not, good, but he's not horrible. Like, he's a decent quarterback. Like, he can you can do. What I'm saying is, you can do something with Mitchell with Mitch. You can make it to the playoffs with Mitch. I feel like
you can't make it to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph.
No fucking Mason Rudolph. Fuck out of here.
I know it was one year Ben was injured and he held them up enough where they still made it. But if he's gonna be your full-time starter for 17 games, that will be the first time Mike Tomlin missed the playoffs. I have no faith in Mason Rudolph as the QB, so hopefully he isn't. But on that defense side of the ball, man, got some dogs. Cam Hayward is one of them, man.
So, well, at my 4, I got Cam Hayward.
Okay. So now we getting there.
We there, man.
At my four, I got he on a new team. Got him a max contract, man. He's a big reason why they're saying, this year, this the year they finally do it and get the Super Bowl, get over that hump and beat my Chiefs. Went to the Buffalo Bills, man. I got that guy Von Miller, man.
Oh,
Von. Yeah, man. Went to the Rams last year, got him his second Super Bowl. Now he's on his third team. I mean, dude wins everywhere he's at. You can't knock it. So maybe he is part of the reason Buffalo is able to get that Super Bowl that's eluded their franchise forever. So can't knock him. Ultimate professional, future Hall of Fame, defensive end, no doubt about it. Super Bowl MVP, which that Super Bowl 50, his performance was out of this world.
Yeah.
Didn't have to, do too much last year's Super Bowl because he was playing alongside Aaron Donald, but he still did his thing in that game, man. Can't go wrong with Von Miller. That's who I got it for.
Can't go wrong with him at all. I feel like our top 3 is probably the same.
Oh,
but
we could probably just list them off 3, 2, 1. Then 3, you got Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett at 3, yep.
2, TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, yeah.
And 1, Aaron motherfucking Donald, man.
It's like Donald's probably like what, the number 1 or number 2 best player in the league.
When it's all said and done, like I know people say, like, old heads will tell you, like, nah, man, Lawrence Taylor was the best defensive player of all time. But I'm just like, Aaron Donald's career is not over.
It's not.
And I know he was talking about retirement, but today he just came out and said, like, he won't go nowhere until Sean McVay goes somewhere.
Oh, that's gonna be a long time.
And it's just like, dude draws triple teams, and he still is able to get to the quarterback. Like, he's the best defender hands down. And it sucks for TJ Watt because if Aaron Donald wasn't in the league, TJ Watt is easily the best defender in the league.
Easily.
But Aaron Donald is here. And TJ Watt, I mean, it just sucks because it's Aaron Donald, but dude had 22.5 sacks, tied the record, and he only played 15 games last year. And it's like, he still got to be in Aaron Donald's shadow, especially since last year he got the Super Bowl ring. Mm-hmm. But man, them two, if those aren't your top 2 defensive linemen in the league, you need to go to the doctor ASAP and go get checked out because something is wrong with you.
For sure.
And rounding out at 3 is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett can't crack top 2 for me because he's just not as consistent as TJ. Like, it just be some games where it's just like Myles Garrett just completely disappears. It's like, where did he go? And for that, he's still top 3 talent, but 1, 2, Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, point blank, period. Don't get it twisted, man.
For sure.
But yeah, man, that's a wrap. We done. These top 10 position episodes, they've been a little bit longer, pushing the 2-hour mark. But hey, it's a lot to talk about. It's some really good combos. Really good to pick my boy Cam brain. You can see some parts we think the same. Some parts we completely disagree.
I know. Everybody probably like, this nigga crazy for the safeties.
make for some crazy reactions, man. But that is episode 4. It just we're getting better day by day, man. I'm sure when y'all hear these, y'all be able to tell the difference between the first couple episodes to now. We out that shell. We in our comfort zone. We ready to bring y'all content. Like we said, it's Sunday, July 31st, August 1st tomorrow. Our first official episode going to be dropping where we cover the AFC. Can't wait for y'all to hear it, man. But football is back, baby. Football is back. Once it's back, we're going to be really full force ahead. We're gonna have headlines, news to talk about every day. I can't wait for it. We're gonna next episode. I'll let y'all know a more solidified schedule of how we're gonna drop episodes moving forward when the season starts. But man, NFL's back. I can't wait. It's your boys from the neighborhood signing off. Bryce, my dog Kam.
Yes, sir.
The wrap for episode 4. Cue the outro music, man. We are the kids from the neighborhood.
All right.
Yes, sir, man. We out.
I need